Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 30. I'm Adam and today I got two more beasts fighting it out for the 30th spot in round 2. So, for the 30th spot towards round 2. So with these beasts, one member of their team have actually already battled. And I'm proud to say their team member that has already battled has, both of them have lost. So, yeah, they both have lost. So yeah, that's a good sign of hope for their team. So with that, let's introduce them. So representing Series 18, The Trial of Heroes, Book number 2, Soara, The Stinging Spectre. And on the other side, representing Series 26, The Four Masters, Book number 1, Teknos, The Ocean Crawler. So, yeah, both of these beasts have one teammate who's already battled in the tournament so far. On Series 18 side, it was Drogon the Jungle Menace. He was killed by Jakara a few episodes ago, actually. 2 episodes ago, actually. And Teknos' teammate Silexa the Stonecat was actually killed by Skolo the episode prior to when Drogon died. So now these two beasts, one of them's going to continue their team to make it through to the next round. The other's just going to die. But yeah, with that, Soara versus Teknos. Yeah, let's get to the stats. I got my drink this time. Okay, so we're going to start things off with Soara's weaknesses here. And her only weakness is complete body destruction. If Soara's body is completely destroyed, for example, blowing up, then she's defeated. Simple as. And for Teknos' weaknesses, he technically has only one, but I'm going to say the 2 that's listed here. Reversion, Teknos is reverted to his good form when he's calmed. That's not a thing. And the proper one is struggling to stand. If Teknos is flipped onto his shell, he struggles to flip himself back over. So naturally, a regular tortoise's weakness. So yeah, with that, both these beasts are going to be fought, and obviously it's going to be a watery battle. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's flood the arena. But until then, let's get into the battle. So, as both beasts exit from their chambers, it doesn't matter which chamber door they take because the whole arena's flooded. Teknos makes his way out along the floor very slowly, just looking around for his opponent. He sees Soara just jellyfishing her way over. They spot each other, and Soara just straight up attacks Teknos with a bunch of her tentacles. Now, because some of her tentacles are poisonous, then Lucas, 10-minute timer starting now. Okay, Teknos is now poisoned. Great start, guys. Teknos in retaliation is biting and slashing at Soara's tentacles, slicing them off with his claws, biting at them, tugging on them, pulling Soara towards him. Soara is trying to constrict Teknos by preventing his movement, but Teknos' normal strength is just too much for Soara. So what Soara does is actually wraps most of her tentacles around Teknos' neck and starts trying to strangle him. Teknos is struggling for air. He can't really reach his neck to keep himself from breathing. To breathe. But then again, Teknos just realised, wait a minute. He can breathe in water. So really, he's just not struggling at all. He then forces himself to turn around facing Soara, and using his claws, he slashes through the tons of tentacles which were keeping him from breathing above air. But whatever. Soara screeches in pain and charges right towards Teknos. Teknos goes to attack that, and slashes at the gelatinous dome that's on Soara. But don't worry, not the same thing's going to happen this time that happened with Soara versus Fluga. We're not having that again. Soara actually, Teknos goes to pull his fin back, but he can't. It's like it's now trapped inside of Soara. Soara gives a little sound like she's laughing, and she starts pushing herself more towards Teknos, where more Teknos' fin is disappearing inside of Soara. Teknos, in utter confusion, just pulls with all his might, but Soara's just laughing away. Teknos, in utter confusion, lifts his fin up and smashes Soara into the ground, trying to stop whatever's happening. However, it's not working, so Teknos turns around and forces Soara against the arena wall, and smashing his fin into the arena wall where her gelatinous body is being compressed against it. And Teknos realises something. Obviously, it can't be done in water, but he could just try and pop the dome. So what Teknos does is that he smashes a hole with his other fin in the bottom of the arena, flooding the area around the arena, just draining the water out. Soara is now struggling to breathe, but still laughing that more of Teknos has been absorbed. And what Teknos does is that he forces his fin with Soara on it into the arena wall and pushes his whole self against it. Soara is screeching in what seems like pain, but then Teknos is forcing himself into Soara, so much of himself into her, whilst pushing her against the arena wall, causing her whole mass to spread. And Teknos keeps pushing himself in to the point where Soara can't take it, gives one last screech of pain, and a loud bang ensues. The audience members get blown away by that sound. They get covered in what seems like a drenched, gooey substance. They open their eyes to see Teknos grabbing onto his fin, which is covered with what seems like gunk of all sorts of previous victims of Soara. And he makes his way back to his chamber covered in this gunk. The audience members are pulling this gunk off their face, their hair, their clothes. They're just thinking what this is. This is the inside of Soara. That's gross. But one thing they did know, they didn't hear. They didn't hear the screeching anymore. They know something happened to Soara. And here, let me tell you. Soara went boom. Yep, Teknos is the winner and Soara is the loser. So yep, Soara went bang, or went boom. She popped like a balloon. So yeah. So if you think Soara should win, please leave in the comments below what you think that. However, my word is final and Teknos is moving on to the next round. Now, whilst I may most likely get accused of bias towards Teknos against Soara, I gave Teknos the victory here because Teknos was being a more of an angry opponent. I would argue does have some brains working upstairs. And surely I would assume he's aware of the fact that he can just pop Soara because her gelatinous body is so squishy to the point where surely it's got to pop. So surely that's a stretching point. So what he does is he would drain the water, which would already make Soara struggle with breathing because we don't know if she can breathe above water. And as she's a jellyfish, they can't. So, yep, Soara is already struggling to breathe. So he forces his entire body into Soara, pushing her against the arena wall. Whilst that's doing what Soara wants, it's too much at the same time, where it's just spreading her entire mass over Teknos, to the point where Teknos is just too big for Soara, and Soara just couldn't take it. So that's why Soara lost. And she lost in the way that her weakness said. If she go boom, she did. And that's what happened. But that is also the 30th battle of Battle of the Beasts all generation, and we're still not even halfway through round 1. This is going to be a long tournament. So that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.